Tower 19617, bye-bye. Heading to Tower 187, corner 907, bye-bye.
Okay. Push back on a dash 8. The overhead lighting just cut out a minute ago. It's not great light out here, but it'll only take a few minutes and this will be much, much better. Not expecting anything to land today. Well, this morning. I think the first one is due in at 7. I'm not going to be here at 7, let me tell you. Okay, I'm stuck with this setting. That's all right. What a bird life. This camera is just totally different. Much better camera. Noisy magpie. There's a whole bunch of them. Warbling. A couple of blokes moving around in the shed. Where we have a near new A220. That's X4E. Now there's a couple of flights that will take off very early. And then there'll be another one or two perhaps between now and 20 to 7. Maybe I will stick around till 7. Not sure what's going on over there at Defence. Never sure. We're in the midst of an election campaign. They'll be campaigning today. What's over there though? There's something parked out the front. Now this Dash 8's just going to go the nearest ramp onto the runway and then shoot through. Won't be much of a shot. One of the Falcons is already out. And one of the BBJs is inside still. Oh, second Falcon there. Okay. Interesting. Wonder what's behind the other door. I would have thought today would be a day for getting out and about on the campaign trail. Who knows? Of course, it's a public holiday today. There's no one around. It's fine. So I think Canberra's the 7th busiest airport in Australia. Might be wrong about that. The 9th. 1 million people a year, whereas, oh hang on, I'm looking at the wrong year. 1.2 million in 2021-22. Well, Sydney Airport 13 million. Yet Sydney Airport is a lot more than 10 times busier than this. This is just dismal on many days. Should be okay in the next half hour though. Come on, mate. Take your time. A few days ago there was a Challenger on the other side. Can't see anything over there. Oh yeah. Oh, we're doing it from that direction. This is the first of the day. First takeoff of the day. Not sure whether they're going to be going down the other end. Okay, that makes it interesting. A lot less interesting from this perspective. Let's wait. There's a bit of movement around that A220. I think this will be a challenge, actually. It's relatively rare to have aircraft taking off from the north. I don't know, 10-15% of the time. That's what happens because the prevailing wind around here is northwest. Doesn't like that. It's the light. Loads of wind farms around Canberra that take advantage of that steady wind from the northwest. I read somewhere that 2/3 of the time that's where it will come from. This bloody bird. All right, it's not gonna help us, is it? Well, let's see if this will help us. Oh, he's gone over to see his buddies over there. So 2 Falcons and a business jet over there. There may be a 3rd Falcon in there. But I would have thought they'd be all over the place, keeping busy. Well, that's a blur. This camera does not like low light. A bit of fog behind me. Should make. So the key to this will be keeping my cool, not swearing. To like pretend I'm in the office, I suppose. Although all right, get on with it. Who's next? Oops. See how that goes. It's a bit better. That's a bit better. Ooh. Let's learn something about the settings here. It's better than I thought. Just shifted to a manual setting. How close can I get to that sucker? Pretty close. No, it doesn't like that. A lot of light around though. Weird light too, like, you know, bloke down there guarding the public toilet on the runway. What's going on there? Not a public toilet, sorry, it's a portaloo. But that's a very big taxi for an aircraft that only needs about a quarter of the runway. It's going to Sydney, I know that much. Okay. There's a Virgin flight that's closing around the corner. There's another Qantas flight to Melbourne. I think it's the green tail over there, the A220, the first one. X4A. Let's see. Yep, X4A is moving now. I see it pushing back. Maybe that is a big one. A Q400. The light has really improved a lot in the last few minutes. Volume all right on this? Who knows? Oh, let's have a look. It's a bit more of a sight, but we better get this. There's only a handful of flights today that I'll see. Gotta go back home. Do the Easter thing. Can't wait. I'll probably spend most of my time trying to edit, getting under people's skin. Terrific. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's already in the cloud. I guess that's fog, actually. That would be. This place is pretty typically fogged in. See, 2 days ago it was very foggy. Actually, I don't think it's worth waiting for these aircraft to land. You're just not going to see very much of them unless I go up the other end, the far end, the northern end, up near Bunnings. I'll have to figure out a way of getting on their roof, actually. That would be rather good. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty borderline going down that end. Not a strong case for it. The wind is coming, basically, it's a light breeze, 90-degree angle across the runway. Yeah, 5 knots from the east. Temperature is 8 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometres. Overcast at a height of 800 feet. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Sort of interested in knowing though, that business jet's still over there. I think it's a Challenger. Where is it? Right there. It's the same one. These conditions are actually pretty good now. Not a lot in there. 1, 2, 3. That's a huge apron they've got there. I measured it the other day. Something like 400 metres deep. Maybe 500 metres wide. You fit a lot of aircraft on there. So the 9th busiest airport in Australia. Yes, because, like people will take the bus to Sydney. It's only $50. You get there in 3 hours, and this thing here will cost you $300 at least to get to Sydney. And, hour and a half end to end, probably. 3 hours, you're from the centre of Canberra City to maybe 3 hours, 20 minutes, the centre of Sydney. So it's not bad. Unaffected. I'd probably be interested to see which end they go from. So the Virgin flight that's getting ready to go is actually a Link turboprop. So you've turned up at the airport, you've paid for a Virgin ticket, and on VA 625, and it's going to Sydney. You probably, I don't know what you've paid for that ticket, probably a fair bit. The Saab 340 is just coming into shot now. Okay, so this guy's doing it the other way. Going to Sydney, I think he'll come past me. That would be normal. Rather than take that first turn out. Gosh, I can't even read what it says. I think it's D. As is typical here, got a queue running. They could have. There's plenty of opportunity to leave without being impeded, but they don't like doing that here for some reason. I had this shot of two F-18s the other day, Super Hornets, completely disrupted by that Saab spewing. So I guess my point is that this place might be the 9th busiest airport in Australia, but there's only a handful of international flights. I think just one, actually, one service 3 times a week, I think, Fiji. And just so much easier to catch the bus. There he goes. Won't see him for long, I'm sure. straight into the cloud. This one here, you never know. This could be interesting. Running for 20 minutes, okay. It's, say, 24 past 6. Oops. Another aircraft's coming up behind me. It's a Virgin 737. I think that one's going to Brisbane. Come on, fella. I have seen some pretty extraordinary footage of vortices forming on the end of these propellers, but I don't think we're in the right conditions today. Come on. An easy shot. That bloke will disappear in a minute. Not quite. Does that mean the cloud's lifting? I'd say it's fog, not low cloud. But anyway, who knows? Perhaps it's too early for that. But the fog problem here is, it's endemic. The advice to travellers is leave the night before. Get yourself a hotel in Sydney. You have the additional complexity of Qantas. Most flights out of here are with Qantas. Qantas just cancel stuff at the drop of a hat. They couldn't give a rat's. Don't even tell people their flight's been cancelled until it's too late to act on an alternative. Top people. Here we go. Pretty sure this one's going to Brisbane. I think this is number 4, isn't it? We had the Dash 8, the A220, the Saab, and now this. I just know. But I might just check the radar then, see if there's anything unexpected about to happen. Then we might pack up after this one because, no one's got all day to sit around waiting for this stuff to happen. And Good Friday beckons. Oh, dear me. Okay. Let's see. So they've been speculating for days that that private jet over there belongs to some, you know, billionaire mining magnate who's in town to beg for more subsidies, but that can't be right because there's no one here to talk to. It's been there for quite a while. I mean, little known fact. I'm not saying this is the case. I might drive around there and see if I can get a tail number though, because I can't just keep watching that thing. I mean, Rupert Murdoch's got a place not far from here. Would he fly on that sort of thing? Don't know. He's probably happy in the US with his new bride. What else could it be? I mean, honestly, you think that if it was some sort of official delegation, they would have cleared off by the public holiday long weekend. Who knows? They are the retardant tanks over there for firefighting aircraft. Thankfully, a quiet season this year. What else we got? No, there's one more. There's another Dash 8 going. Okay, what are we up to now? Yes, this is the 5th flight. This will be it though, till 7:05. And there's another Virgin plane that may well be a Saab, so I'm not going to stick around for that. That's just boring. This one going to Sydney. The 2nd, 3rd flight of the day going to Sydney. And that ticket, I'll go away and do some research on it. That ticket would be $300 in my opinion, maybe $280, something like that. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. That's pretty expensive for travelling to Sydney. So, you know, not that many people interested in blowing that kind of dough. School holidays, this is the end of the first week. A little bit of rip-off having Easter and Anzac Day all contained within school holidays. Just keep going with this. 28 minutes in. I think seems to be working. This kind of action is rarely seen here. I'm often waiting for an hour to see two things. And it's just like, the flight cancellations. I think 13% of Qantas flights are cancelled out of Canberra. They're basically just trying to make more money by consolidating passengers on, underutilised flights onto other flights to help the bottom line. It's an outrage, though. It's a Q400. I wonder what the average age of these aircraft we've seen today is. I'll work that out. The other thing that gives me the pip is that, these A220s are going to help a lot by lowering the average age of flights in and out of Canberra, but lowering the average age of the aircraft involved in the flights. But it is a disgrace that the nation's capital, you arrive here, especially on the other side with the grand ceremonies no longer happening there, you get out, you look like, I saw the Prime Minister of United Arab Emirates the other day. Got off his plane, he must have thought he was in some sheep farm. They would Would have liked to have made an offer, I'm sure. Could have run a few horses out here. That's fog. That's fog. Half an hour in. Question is, will I render this in 4K or 1080? Don't know. Probably both. Let's see. It's a shame no one's landing because I got a great shot of a plane landing the other day, but I think I stuffed up the footage. I'll hope to have rectified that though with this session. Okay, let's see. They've got a tug sitting beside the X4E, the A220 beside me. Doesn't look like they're imminently moving it though. Put it into service. There's a drone up there. What? No. No. No, they can't be drones. That's just some sort of laser on the roof of that place. It's a laser, surely. Bugger if I know what it's doing. Back to this. I had seen that thing before and I actually assumed it was a drone. Is it? No, it's a fair way away. It's at least 100 metres away. Maybe it's scanning something. Maybe I'll get this and I'll pull in on it. Light's not bad. This camera is terrible in full light. But beginning of the day, the end of the day, it's okay. There's some stabilisation happening here, but not a lot. Now it's gone. Goodbye. Now, it's not a drone. It's some kind of laser. Coming from there. What is it doing? Is that an infrared? No. It's sort of sparkling up there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I care that much either. It's just interesting. Interesting. It's not longer happening. No longer happening. Now there's nothing happening here for another at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So it's time to get the hell out of here. Public holiday, no shops open. Just done the night shift. We need a bit of a rest. Another night shift tomorrow. There's nothing happening over there, I suspect. Wow. When I was here the other day, it was about, I don't know, 10 to 9. I could not see a thing in that direction. It was just so bright. Is it worth sticking around? Let's have a look at the radar. Quite some excitement for the guy down there guarding the gate the other day. There was a new portaloo brought in. Rather, they pumped the contents of the old portaloo out. All right. Well, look. There's some dude about to arrive in a Dash 8. Arrival. Yes, he's in 15 minutes early. I'll get that. Sticking around, waiting for a Dash 8 to turn up. Actually, my idea of a good day. Where is he? He's very close. He's just come over the industrial suburb down there to the south. Actually, against this... He's in the clouds, probably. I can hear it. There's a Cessna Caravan not that far from us. But this Dash 8 is out there in the cloud, in that fog, and he's not far away. I can hear the Cessna. That's what I can hear. To the north. There it is. Don't know if he's landing. Light aircraft don't show up on flight radar or on the on the board, the arrival departure board. Okay. Of course, my life would be greatly assisted by a thumb-activated zoom, but it doesn't seem that it exists for this particular type. And that will be it for Canberra Airport for quite a while now. I think, you know. Would have been a bit busy here last night, everyone getting out at the end of the working week. But Parliament's not on, there's an election campaign on, so everyone's back in their home electorate. There's no staff to move around. Yeah, there is that green thing up there again in the shed. It must be a scanner of some sort. It's interesting because I did honestly believe I was looking at a drone a couple of months ago when I saw it. Hey. Excitement plus here, Canberra Airport. I'll do a bit of research on the cost of those tickets when I'm editing. Put the information up. I'm strongly considering a day trip to Sydney. Hey, when though? Can't really be tomorrow. These family commitments, it's tricky. I don't care about that. I want to see this guy getting into the airbus. He's got the key. Let's see what's going on here. See if you can see that over the shoulder. Probably not. Jeez, that's a good camera. It's a great picture. So that'll be it. Gonna go home, edit this, see what happens. Hope everyone has a great Easter. For those who are into it. Cheers.